Hello, this is Lauren from the Franklin College Office of Information Technology Web Services team. If your faculty and your department's website has been redesigned in the past year or two, you might be able to edit your own directory information or personnel page without any help from a web designer or the person who's in charge with editing your website in your department. In fact, some staff and graduate students can edit their personnel pages as well. So the only way to find out is to go to your department's website and try and log in. I'm going to use the Institute for Women's Studies as my sample site. And when I'm talking about directory page or personnel page, I'm talking about the entries that appear under this menu here. And for this demonstration, I'm going to pretend that I am Zora Neale Hurston and pretend that I am faculty emeritus here in the Institute for Women's Studies. So to log in, most of our Franklin theme sites have a login button, and even if you're not a Franklin theme site, you might have this as well. If I click on faculty and staff, I see that the Institute for Women's Studies does have a place for me to try and log in. But if you don't see this login button anywhere, you can just go to you can just type in your department's website in the address bar, and if you add a /user after it, that will also take you to a login screen. So to find out if I have access to my personnel page on this website, I'm going to try and log in with my UGA MyID. Of course, you don't have to play guessing games. You could just talk to the person who's been charged with editing content on your website and say, "Hey, can I get in? Can I log in and edit my content?" And I see that I do have an account on the Institute for Women's Studies website because I am now logged in. Nothing else has really changed. I mean, if I click around, it doesn't look much different than when I'm not logged in. However, if I navigate to my personnel page, which here it is, and click on it, I see that I now have this edit tab option. Now, if I just try and go to someone else's page, like Delia Goodwin's, I'm not going to have that option. I can only edit my own personnel page. So don't worry about anyone else like logging in and having access to your stuff unless they're part of your department's web committee or something like that. So to edit my personnel page, and I see that I don't have a photo or anything, and I'm missing a bio, I just have to click on this edit tab. And what I'll get is just a whole bunch of fields. And you just fill out what you want to fill out. Anything that you don't fill out, with the exception of your full name, will just be blank. This is a great opportunity to kind of go through and make sure that the information on your personnel page is correct. Is your phone number right? Your website, has something changed? And I can even upload like a CV and add a photo. Now, what fields you have may vary depending on what department you're in. Some departments have special tagging, extra fields, areas to describe their research. So there's a little bit of variation. I'm going to go ahead and upload a photo of myself. So if I could just click on this Choose File button, I can select a photo from the desktop. I'm going to look for my photo I want to use. There it is. And you can generally upload any size, and it will automatically crop and resize for you. Most of our websites are pretty good about that. I'm going to put in a space for alt text. That's important for accessibility because I don't need to describe this photo because Zora Neale Hurston is my name, and it will appear next to the title up here. So I'm going to save that just to show you what that looks like. And there I am. I've got a photo now. And if I actually go back to the directory listing, it will show up there and automatically resize. But I don't want to just add a photo. I want to add a little bit more about me. I'd like my students to know who I am. I'd like visiting faculty to get an idea of what I do. So going back to this edit tab, I can add some information here in this biography box. And it's really just like a simple text editor. I'm going to paste some content that I have pre-prepared to save time. I'm just going to paste that in here, and you can paste in some text as well if you have something written up on your CV or somewhere else. This is just Latin text here. I'm going to go ahead and I've broken this up by area, And I'm going to go ahead and add some headings here. You actually don't want to start with heading 1, and some of you won't even have that option because heading 1 is actually the title of the page, which is, in this case, my full name. So I'm going to start with heading 2, make this heading 2, and Southern folklore is a subsection of that, of my research. Caribbean folklore, also a subsection. Here we go, other research interests. Here's selected publications. Some of our departments have a special field for selected publications. You might have that. In this case, I'm just putting it in my bio. And I'm going to turn this into a list. And of course, I look up here and I see I can make this a numbered list or a bulleted list. And sometimes the styling doesn't get quite right, so you may have to play around with that. There we go. You can also link to other websites or pages within your biography. I'm going to show you how to do that. You need to select some text. In this case, I'm going to paste some text. And then look for the little icon with a globe and a link on it. And if you just click on that, you'll be able to type in or paste the URL you want to use. And I'm going to paste it. And now I have a link. The last thing I want to show you is how to add images into your biography, because you can do that. You're going to want to put your cursor where you would like the image to show up. I think I'm going to upload a photo of one of my books. So I have my cursor down here, and that's where I want it to go. And if I select the picture frame or mouse over it, it says IMCE, and that is the icon I want to use. And then a prompt comes up, and it's actually showing up on my other screen that you can't see, but here it is. And I can see all the images on the website, but the photo of my book cover is not here, so I'm going to upload it from my desktop. If I select upload, choose the file, and I am pulling this off of my desktop. And you can actually automatically create thumbnails if you want, and I'm not going to do that to save time, but you can do that. If I select upload, there it is. There's a photo of my book, but you know, it's a little big. IMCE lets you resize images within the prompt, and all I have to do is select the image I want to resize, click on resize, and type in a width or a height. And I can see the current width and height over here in this column. It's currently 275 by 472. I'm going to change the height to something like maybe 250. And I don't have to calculate the width, because if I just click over there, it will automatically calculate it for me. Very convenient, and it will create a new image rather than resizing the original image. I can see that here. Here's the resized one, here's the original. And if I select this resized one and hit insert, it will automatically appear beneath my selected publications, which is where my cursor was. There's one last thing I need to do to this image before I can call my biography and personnel page done. I need to give it some alt text to make sure to make it meet accessibility requirements. And that's really easy to do. All I have to do is right click on the image and select image properties. And if I look for alternative text, I'm going to take out this file title and put in something more descriptive, something that will let the person who is using the site who can't see know what this is a photo of. And I don't need to say photo of or image of. I'll just say my first novel, their eyes were watching God. Actually, I think it's more important to say that the first edition of my first novel. This is what this is a picture of. The first edition of my first novel. Their eyes were watching God. I click OK, and now I am good to go. I've got my biography in here, I've got a link, and a photo. Now there's one last thing that you want to do before you're done. If the text format here beneath the biography says filtered HTML, you're going to want to change that to full HTML. I'm going to show you what it looks like if it stays on unfiltered HTML. When it stays on filtered HTML, your styling and your images don't show up. So you're going to want to change that. Now, a lot of our personnel pages and a lot of our news sites have full HTML by default, but I do want to bring that up because some of you, it will default to filtered text. So the text format is full HTML, saving it, and I see now that my text is showing up appropriately, and there's my image. So I'm going to zoom out of this a little bit so you can see. All right, so that's how you edit your personnel page. Now, if you try to log into your department's website with your UGA My ID and it doesn't work, you can either talk to the person in your department who's in charge of the website, or you can put in a help desk ticket to helpdesk.franklin.uga.edu and give us your username, and we'll either add and create an account for you, or we'll talk to the person who from your department who's in charge of your website. A lot of websites do allow graduate students to edit their information. Some don't, so it never hurts to ask. So thanks for watching. I hope this will allow you to update your own information, keep it more current, and tell the world more about yourself.